Hello, welcome to the Grown Ass Kids Club podcast, where the treehouse is open and the adulthood is optional. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Andrea.
Hello, Andrea.
Hi.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I just, thriving.
Thriving.
Yes, just looking at all these Labubu's around here and being like, which one do I want?
Are you getting a Labubu?
I don't know. I feel like I should. Well, this topic got me thinking about like Labubu's. I just saw like the cutest on the way here. This little girl on the subway had Labubu earmuffs, and I was like, at first I thought these were stupid, and now they're growing.
Wait,
on me.
so now they're earmuffs too?
Well, like it's not like they're like two Labubu dolls. It's like the faces of Labubu's on each side of the earmuffs.
Okay.
Like they're etched on the faces, like
Got
embroidered or whatever on. But yeah, that's
I was trying to think of a Labubu because I recently was talking about these, and then I was looking up, and then there's like a pop-up shop that opened, like
of Labubu's.
I guess there's a company that sells like the legit ones, right? Because I guess there's knockoffs and like I'm like, how do you know what is real and what's not?
That's like the world we live in, right
What's
now.
AI, what's not? Because I was looking online. I don't know if it's Pop Mart is the name of the vendor that officially sells them.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a pop-up store on like 34th. Oh. And so I was like, I mean, I'm not really interested in one for me, but I was looking at them for somebody else, and I was like, but how do you know, like, is it the price point? Because some of them are like seem less expensive, and some of them are like $200, $300. This
is also reminding me of like a topic that I think we should cover in the future, which is Beanie Babies. Because do you remember that? I think the same thing was happening.
Yeah, like how do you know?
How do you know the certificate of authentication or whatever? Like oh my, and especially now, like there's so much ways to just like make.
Well, the blind box thing is such a, like, I guess that's the thing with Labubu. Some of them are blind box. Like, you don't know what you're getting.
Oh, you bring up, like, a really good point, by the way. I wanted to mention to you. I'm trying to get myself to do more things for my career. And I learned that I'm very incentive-driven to do it.
Okay.
And it's funny, like when I work with the kids, I will always have incentives for them, to kind of like motivate them. And I was like, I honestly need the same thing, but it can't be enough to just be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to go buy a theater ticket for myself, or I'm going to go buy this thing off of Amazon, whatever. It needs to be like a surprise. And so I decided to order FabFitFun, which I always want to call Fat Fit Fun every time I say it, because it'll be a blind box that they give you. They like curate a box together and send it to you. And I was like, okay, I'll do these tasks. I'll assign points to them. And then I will go to Reed basically with my ticket, show him what I've done, because I gave him the box to hide, so that he could have it and dispense it to me. And I don't know what's in it. Mm-hmm. And then I'll go and I'll like cash in, like I'm at like Chuck E. Cheese or something, right?
Sounds like role play.
I know. Then
if you don't have enough tickets, can you earn them other ways?
Well, then Reed got in on it. Okay, well, now you're bringing up another thing. Reed was like, oh, I want to buy you something too for like doing good things. And he got me lingerie. And I was like, this seems like a gift for you.
Yeah. You're like, who was it for?
He was like, no, look how good. And then I was like, it's going to be on me for like 5 minutes.
How many points was this?
No, it was really cute and I did appreciate it, but it felt like when Homer got a bowling ball for Marge for her,
this was a gift
Mother's
for
Day.
Me.
Anyway, but so I was like, hide this in the apartment so I can't find it. And the other day I was like moving stuff around and I found the box.
You're like, you're supposed to hide. And then you're
like just hide it behind this like big box of like Cheez-Its that we have, like from Costco, the little individual ones. And I was like, it was a great hiding spot.
And then you're like a kid at Christmas. You're like, well, now I have to look at it.
I didn't look though. I was really proud of myself, but I was like, anyway, so I just wanted to say that. But Labubu's come in surprise boxes. Okay.
I think they do. I mean, so many things do now. So I don't know. And then I see where like, I remember like all the Wicked merchandise, like there were blind boxes of like little Wicked characters in like hot air balloons, and you didn't know which one you were getting, but then people figured out on the bottom like the merch, like the UPC or whatever code, like tied. So they were like taking pictures and posting online, being like, "Oh, these are the codes if you're looking for the ones you want." So then it was kind of like spoiled.
Do you like surprise things? Like, are you cool with it, or do you feel like you're often disappointed?
I guess I can't say I've done it enough that I have like a big opinion about it. Like I don't do enough like of a blind box type thing to say whether I like it or not.
I like when things are a surprise and they're free, because it's just like, well, I'm just playing with house money then.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, one of my boys that I take care of, there's like a Lego surprise thing he kept on buying. And like, he was disappointed when he would get the stuff. And I'd be like, maybe you just don't like surprises. He's like, no, I do. I just want to know what it is. Then I was like, then you don't like surprises.
He's like, but I will know what it is, put it back in, and then the surprise.
I want.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, it brings to another popular craze, speaking of Labubus and blind boxes, and I feel like Labubus are in some ways a descendant of this topic, which I thought would be fun, which was to explore the craze of trolls, the troll dolls, which have a fairly long history going back to the 50s, 60s, which I didn't know.
What?
And obviously the craze that I was familiar with, and I'm sure you were too, was the 90s trolls. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize how many different brands there were that participated in trolls, and then sort of how they've evolved. Obviously there's the troll movies now, which is like another version of that. But I don't know. So in looking at the trolls, before we go all into it, what is your thought about trolls? And this could be in general as a child. Like I was trying to think of as a child, like what were trolls to me? What did I think of? Obviously we know there's the dolls, but were there like, do you have other experience with trolls?
I had trolls, and I had a little bit of a collection, I remember growing up.
Yeah.
And I don't remember like my feelings necessarily towards them, but I do remember like bringing them to school, and like you would like maybe decorate your desk with them, or like they would get like mixed up in the Barbie box, then you would end up like using the troll as like a little kid when you're playing Barbies or something. I think the Trolls makes an appearance in Toy Story, doesn't it? I feel like we see that.
Yeah, I think there is one, like a classic looking troll in one.
I think it wasn't until I was older I was like, why are they naked? Like, why?
Yes.
And not anatomically. Like, you see they have little tushies, but, like, right, they're just, like, completely naked and they have, like, no genitals. Like, similar to Barbies and Kens, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's why I remember trolls and I remember other fads I went through, which is why I'm like, I want to be patient during this time with children, unless they're fidget spinners. I'm just like, that's
popular.
They were.
They still are, I feel like.
Yeah. So yeah, like what was your relationship with trolls?
I was the same. I mean, I definitely had a collection. I remember I had a bookshelf, and the whole top of the bookshelf was trolls. And my grandmother was big into these like Beanie Babies trolls, so she would buy them for us. Oh. So I would get all kinds of trolls. And speaking of genitals,
I'm sorry I always make the conversation.
No, it's fine.
It's just there's weird ass shit that we saw as kids. And it's
I had a troll that I loved, and I had different size trolls. Like there were bigger ones, and then there were like the small trolls. But then there were ones that were like, I don't know what size you'd say, like a teddy bear almost. Like there were some that were like meant to be carried around like a little
10 inches flaccid.
Yeah, 10 inches flaccid. Yeah, if you remember Pal Mickey that I talked about previously.
Look, we talked about Disney. I also brought up Toy Story. Look at there.
Yeah, there we go. There's
We're just
Disney.
Shoehorning it in, folks.
But I had a troll that my grandmother gave me, and it was she was how do I describe this in a correct way? Had the little veil like a harem. Oh. And she had breasts, but the breasts were part of like the bikini, like the top. So if you unvelcro and took it off, the breasts were just like padding. So she was just like,
wait a second.
Can you picture? I wonder if I could find a photo.
Wait, you are unlocking a core memory. I think I had another troll, not the same one, but I think the same thing happened with the boobies. With the fuzzies.
Oh, yeah, this is it. This is the troll I had, I think.
We're going to be on some kind of list after this for the things that I'm like, boobs, trolls.
Genie, it was a genie harem belly dancer troll. Yes. And so in the picture, This is the line of trolls that had gems in their
I
bellies.
had this one too.
Yeah, so she has a top and the boobs were like built into it and they came off. And I was always like obsessed with
like a drag queen.
Yes. I'm like, is she tucking?
She's got a chest plate.
Yeah, chest plate. The original chest plate. Yeah, she had pink hair.
It's a meaty tuck.
That would be a troll doll now. But anyway.
Some queen must have been a troll on the runway.
I'm sure.
It must have happened.
It's very drag coded, I feel like, some of the trolls.
Oh,
so, yeah, I had a collection of them. And I remember other kids too. I don't remember bringing them to school. Again, I think for me, being a boy, it was hard to have a collection of some of that because it was like, they were definitely geared towards girls. And that was a thing that comes up later. Because I wanted to mention, I was looking at a lot of different sources for all this. So I did Wikipedia, Smithsonian Magazine, the Trolls fandom website. I also watched this video of this guy who I've watched before, who it sounds like weird, but his handle is Beauty in a Box, and he's a doll collector. And I do love, sometimes, this is going to make me so, people are going to be like, you're a weirdo. I love to watch doll stuff sometimes. Like I love, like not, I don't know how to say this. I think some dolls, like when the Little Mermaid movie came out and there was like Little Mermaid dolls, I'm like, oh, I want to see them. And he'll like unbox them and I'll just be like, oh, it's nice because I had dolls when I was younger.
Ryan, I watch YouTube videos of people getting their ears cleaned out. Okay. So like there's literally nothing you can tell me that is going to be weird at this point.
Like, I don't physically collect them because I was like, there's no room, and I don't have the full desire to want to collect them. But when I was younger, I loved Barbies and dolls, and so I think this is just like a comforting part of like connecting with your childhood of like, oh, look at the Barbies they still make and seeing what they're like now. Anyway, Beauty in the Box. He's I think he's from the UK, and he did a whole video about trolls. It's like 20 minutes, and I got a lot of information from this because he does a great like sort of history.
You have an appreciation. I don't think it's weird at all.
I just, whenever you're like, I like to watch things about dolls, like my bed's covered in like those, I just picture those creepy dolls, like the porcelain, like,
yes.
I saw a TikTok where some guy was walking by one that said like free on the sidewalk, and he's like, I don't think so. He's like, I know a curse when I see one or something like that. It was funny. But so trolls, I'll go into where they started. So they were actually the origin of the trolls, created by a man named Thomas Dam, who, and I thought it was brilliant that the company was called Damn Things later on.
Oh,
so it's a damn troll, DAM.
Oh,
so it's a damn troll.
Damn, Thomas.
Damn, Thomas. You got that ass on you.
At it with the no clothes again.
Yes. I thought it was brilliant that you would say like, oh, it's a damn troll, because that was the brand.
So wait, it is DAM?
It's a DAM. His name is in Denmark.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. He made them. So this would have been back in the like.
This is like a Scandinavian kind of.
Yeah, in 1956, he was a wood carver, and he made these to bring good luck. He made it for his daughter. He wanted to make her something, I think, for her birthday.
I'm having a realization. These do seem like they would live in fjords. So it feels like them being in Denmark makes a lot of sense.
I think of when you go to like Epcot and you go to Norway, it's trolls until they replace it with the Frozen ride. But there was trolls in that ride. And when you come into the gift shop, there's trolls like in the trees. Like their faces are kind of like trollish.
Right.
So it's definitely like a Danish.
On the Frozen ride, in the movie Frozen, those little like...
Oh yeah, they're trolls.
Yeah.
The stone, they're made of like rocks.
Yeah. This makes so much sense.
It's very much. So these were made, they were carved wood. They're made from wood, but they also had, later they used like rubber or plastic for the bodies, obviously. And the hair was sheep wool. And I think that they used so much of it, it was like raising the price of sheep wool because like... it was just becoming such a popular thing. But these were like heavier and sturdier dolls. They were a little more folklorish, I guess you could say, than like how they look very friendly now. I feel like the faces were more like what you think of trolls, like something that you would see in like your grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Like it's not to be played with, even though these were, but like it's something you would see that you're like, that's old.
I used to be married to a Scandinavian man, and I will say, like, Dala horses were a very big thing, which are these, like, they also are very folk kind of a place you find in snowy places, carved out of wood, where, you know, but you could play with them, but they're more to be, like, statuesque, you know? Anyway, so this is all making a lot of sense because it just thematically, it feels same.
And I was going to show you this original one because
I'd love to see it.
This is, so he would do trolls, but they would also be like other animals. And this is a giraffe troll. And it's a little scary.
It's like, I like it. It's very cute, but it's also a little bit of an alien.
Yes. It kind of is like an ET quality.
I don't want to get it wet after midnight, or you can't eat it after midnight or something.
Yeah. But it's funny, this original troll doll, like of the giraffe, if you look at the troll from the movie, you can see that they were inspired by, like, they sort of like took inspiration from the original. And it's a character from like the DreamWorks movie, but you can see the sort of that they like looked back at those trolls, which I thought was cool too.
I remember that character in it too. I didn't even connect it till right then. Oh, that's so funny.
But so Damn Things was the primary brand maker of these, and then there were some others like Royalty Design and Unita, and some of these were licensed, unlicensed. There's a whole thing that I don't think their details are really known, but there was some kind of copyright issue with Thomas Dam, and he like missed out on or like, I don't know, there were some problems, and people started just kind of creating trolls, and it got a little like, I think it got out of his grasp of like, that was my idea.
This kind of reminds me of like yoga, the way that it's not exactly a one-to-one, but like the way that like someone has a variation of something, but it's kind of always like a troll has always existed, like you said, in like in folklore, or, you know.
So who's to say who owns it?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, by the 60s, they're coming into the US. They're really tiny, and they have the hair. This is like one from the 60s. And I feel like I'd seen these too. Yes. They're like little tiny trolls, and they're just little plastic bodies with the, you know, beady eyes and the hair. But
that children choke on.
Yes, the babies choke on these. This is like mass marketing, wool hair, still common. Right. I feel like this is where all the knockoffs come. Of course, you know, we take it in the US and we're like, let's knock it off and make our own, because we love to do that. And then in the 70s, we get a company called Norfin, and they start making trolls. Now, their trolls, their faces are a little less creepy, but they're still like troll-esque. Like this one, he's like he's wearing a plaid shirt and a red handkerchief. And their bodies, I feel like they have a little more like movement to their body. What are you laughing at?
He has a little scarf on, like he's like, I need to go see Liza.
Yes. I was thinking that, or he's like from Williamsburg. His pants are also like fringe pants.
Yeah, Williamsburg.
Yes.
Going into the house of yes.
Or maybe he's wearing jeans, and those are, what do you call them?
Chaps.
Yes, he's wearing assless chaps. This was from the Gay Dungeon Den troll collection. No, but yeah, so this is an orphan troll, and these were in the 70s, so this kind of makes sense, that look. And they started bringing in the themed outfits, and like they started becoming like collectible then, because once there's like an outfit, people are like, oh, I want that outfit, I want that one, and when that, you know, I want the assless chaps troll.
If I hear one more person say, I want the assless chaps troll, I think I'm gonna lose it.
It was on top of everybody's Christmas list that year. Assless chap troll. They started using synthetic hair to replace the wool hair. Costumes included, there were doctor trolls, clowns, terrifying. A troll and a clown together, I think that encapsulates a lot of nightmares. And brides, there were bride trolls.
Yes, I think I had one. Yes.
I feel like this is where they started, like in the 70s, started crossing into like Barbie territory, because once they start dressing up and they're like occupational, I think there was even
once these trolls have aspirations.
Once these trolls have dreams and feminism, they can be anything they want.
Yes. There's a troll astronaut, okay?
Yeah, there's a troll astronaut, a troll teacher. But I think there was even something, I don't know if I noted in here, but even the sales, like I felt like it was rivaling.
Yeah, I think you're saying it right.
Rivaling.
Yeah.
I'm adding in a rivaling. The sales were rivaling Barbie. They were rivaling Barbie, which was a big deal because Barbie was like a huge sell. So then we get into the 1980s, which some people call the transition years. So trolls, they, them, no.
They have gender affirming care, as they should. Gender affirming care.
So,
well, honestly, I mean, genitalia wise, like
that's true. The trolls were the first.
They really fucks with the binary.
Accepted representation of everyone.
Yeah.
The troll can be anything that they want.
Oh, and look, they had top surgery. They had their breasts removed.
Yeah, and still in a convenient top if she feels like they feel like that night they want to have breasts.
Back, yes.
They were padded. They were nice.
I know we're joking about this, but honestly, I think trolls like being androgynous is probably as creepy as they were. I think it is helpful. I think it's just
be a good teaching tool, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It does bring back this like bigger picture point where I feel like sometimes we create things subconsciously that are like addressing bigger issues. I don't know how to say this, but like in creating these trolls that are like essentially androgynous, even though there's so much fear, like, you know, and the inequality around, you know, that, but at the same time we create things to like put it out there. So I'm like, we obviously do know that it exists, that it's real, that it's okay. And we create these things, but at the same time we speak different, you know, like it's like I was thinking of like past lives. I'm going to take a different course. If you believe in past lives.
Oh, I was going to say the movie Past Lives or the concept of past lives.
The concept of past lives.
Love it. You and I have already talked to, we love talking about this.
I could do a whole nother show about like souls and past lives. And so I think we do have them. And I was thinking about video games and I was like, you know, everybody says like, we don't know what happens. We don't know if you have past life. You know, there's no scientific proof. I was like, but we create video games in which you have many lives and it'll say game over. And then you go back to the beginning and you start. And that's sort of like what souls is like. You keep coming back to learn things and grow and be better. I was like, so when you go back, you're like, okay, I know last time I died when I did that. So now I know I shouldn't do that. I should do that. And you're progressing. And the fact that you have lives, like to me, it's a subconscious, like somewhere within us, we know that there is a reality. And so we create this thing, we call it a video game and it's fun. But I'm like, is it really like the truth?
Yeah. I don't think it's an accident that we have these things that happen like this. And when we make categories so that it feels like, you know, easier for us to compartmentalize in our lives, you know, but it's like some people are living outside of those categories and that's okay. Those people exist and they always have. And it might be a little confusing. Like I remember one of the little girls I took care of, she's like, you live with Reed, you love Reed, you should marry Reed. And I know she was saying that because like my mommy and daddy are married. Right. And I was like, girl, get off my back. Yeah. You know, but
she's like, TikTok.
But I was like, I get it. That's how it's organized in her brain, you know? But I'm glad I could be like, well, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what will happen, you know? Like
she's like, I'm going to make it happen.
And she's like, okay, girl, well, you're not getting any younger, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's like all these like shoulds and societal things that you're just like taught like, oh, this is how it is. But I was like, but it's not really like that. Yeah. Like it's just the way somebody told you it should be. Yeah. So anyway, just got very existential, but
I don't know. I thought it would, and I'm totally fine with that.
Trolls represent something beyond just a collectible toy. I feel like they're like transcending time, space, and now I'm really like I hadn't thought about it till we just like sat down, but I was like, oh, these trolls really are cosmic. Like they're bringing out something that we all are aware of.
Well, and like, are you going to talk about the film later on too?
Just briefly, but please, if you want to share it.
I'll wait till you talk about the film and then I'll say the thing.
So we're getting into the 80s and, you know, things are getting weird. No, it's just like Norfin.
Things are coked up.
Yeah, the trolls' eyes getting wider. The pupils are dilated on these trolls and the white line under the nose is prominent.
All of them had white mustaches. Yeah. It was really weird.
And you too could like, you remember the toys when it's like, you too can like taste or smell or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was the other thing. Some of the trolls.
I was like, this is cut with Tylenol.
Yeah, that was a thing that I think they said went back to Thomas Dam, but definitely in the 90s, they were saying that he would use like some strawberry extract in the molding so the trolls would have a sweet smell. Oh. And definitely in the 90s, they were scented trolls. So I think that might have been something he did, but it obviously came back.
We got to talk about Care Bears.
Yes, and My Little Pony. So in the 80s, there's Norphin, there's Damn Things, and then I think there's still some knockoff brands as well. But the trolls, like their hair is becoming that synthetic material that now we're more familiar with. But they're starting to become more of a collector item. They're looking a little more like here's a photo of them, but they're looking a little more like the 90s-esque, like the bigger smiles. They're a little more friendly looking. So the 90s. So this is when the brand comes in that I think maybe you're familiar with is Russ. And I think they did Russ do? No, Ty did the Beanie Babies.
Right.
But Russ would have the little tag. It was like, I think it might have been a heart shape too. And it said Russ in white lettering.
Yes.
And it would be around your troll's like wrist. Or,
Yes.
And I feel like.
The memories that you were unlocking right
when
now.
I saw that, when you watch, I send you the video and you watch, you're like, oh my God, I remember all that. But this is when Applause, also, if you know the brand Applause, they do a lot of toys. They are doing Trolls, Ace Novelty. Those are sort of the top three, Russ, Applause, and Ace Novelty. So the 90s, the Russ Trolls come in and they've got neon hair. That's sort of their thing. They've got gems on their belly button. And they're just a little more...
They have a Playboy tattoo.
Yes, they have a tattoo. They're everything your mother doesn't want you to believe in. If you press their button, they whisper a naughty secret into your ear. They get a little more just that 90s chaos, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is, they've got outfits. They're neon colors. They're gemstone. Day glow. They're gemstone belly buttons. I think that's when it brings out the like whole wish thing of like, touching the gem, making a wish. I think there were like wish trolls.
Oh my God.
Are you remembering one?
I am. I cannot... The recesses of my mind right now, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I remember rubbing their bellies and like making wishes. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then one day I wished that I would have just like a really handsome man to do a podcast with, and it came true.
And I wished on a troll. I was a gemstone troll wish. But then they started becoming keychains, pencil toppers, which I forgot about.
You're right.
But remember the pencil would go like right up into their... like crevice.
They're cloaca.
They're cloaca.
They're,
Yes. And the thing with the jewel in the belly button is I've always had a thing with belly button, so it bothers me. I don't like anything in my belly button. I don't like the feeling of something in there. And I have this really big fear of like being like stabbed in the belly button. Oh. Like the feeling of that, to the point where I was like, maybe in a past life, something happened to me.
In that area, yes.
This is a podcast about past lives.
I know. Thank you, trolls, for making us... See, it's the Scandinavian, like...
Oh, yeah, the lore
of it that's like, we're tapping into... They've been here since, like, the 1100s, like, since the Vikings were storming and pillaging,
I think that's it, is I looked into the troll doll's eyes and it told me my past lives.
Yes,
that was it. That's what this is doing. So trolls are scented during this time. But yeah, the jewel in the belly button. I don't know why that was such a thing.
I'm with you. I don't understand pierced belly buttons either. Anything. There was a thing that was attached to it at one point, and then you were let go from that. Yes. And then it's done. No more. You just got to clean it out, and that's it.
I was trying to think if the gem thing was like, was this big in the era, the 90s of like, you remember like little girls, like the press-on gem earrings or press-on nail or press-on, like, is that what it came from? Is like the gem obsession?
They looked very similar to that. Like the Pretty Princess.
I was going to say, did you ever play Pretty Princess?
Yes, of course. I played Pretty Princess. I think you're totally onto something. That aesthetic was like, that Claire's kind of Spencer's Gifts.
Spencer. The trolls would be in Spencer's.
They'd be in Spencer. Yeah. Like, I think it was a way to, like, give it, and I'm sure they had earrings, too. It was a way to, like, give it a pop, like, right? Like a shimmer.
Yeah.
You know? I think they had, like, glittery hair sometimes, too. And
yeah. Well, so I mentioned before that trolls were marketed, it mainly felt like a girl. Marketed toward, like, I feel like the 90s was big on gender directed, like, this is for boys, this is for girls.
Right.
I felt that growing up because I was a child of both worlds. That's how I view it, because there were some boy things that I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
Including the boy that's holding it.
Yes.
And then there were some girl things I was like, she can leave, but I'll take her doll.
Yeah.
Like, there was just there was so much, like, gender lines then.
Yes.
So of course we get Hasbro that comes out with Battle Trolls. And these were like, I watched it. You might remember them. If you see the commercial that you can find on YouTube of Battle Trolls, it's like a girl, and it was totally geared toward, this was their answer to be like, we got to have something for boys, like, these trolls are popular, what do we do? And the commercial is like a little girl waking up in her bedroom, and then these, like, burst through the wall, and like, it's not your sister's troll, you know, it's total, you know, those commercials were so chaotic, toy commercials, and the kids, they were loud, they were like, their hair, like, you know, like Gushers, remember the Gushers commercials?
Like every boy wanted to be in the band Guar. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like,
it was like Kiss. Yeah.
I love that their whole, like, aesthetic is like, get ready to grow up and ruin women's good time.
Yes. They had muscular bodies. I was like, why do they have to look like roided out?
Right.
They had weapons. I was like, why do they have to be violent? Like, and they are mutated. Some of them are like half cyborg,
they
like,
look like characters in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, like
a little bit. Like
a
final, like a henchman for a final boss.
Yes, in a video game, or like Ninja Turtles, like
yes.
Rocksteady and Bebop. You remember them?
Yes.
That's another one good one to go over. The 90s, not so.
We're getting so many ideas.
We're
many. Writing in the moment. You're getting gold, folks.
Yeah. So obviously these trolls were not marketed as dolls, but they were action figures. So that was really the 90s. So I know we talked a little bit, but do you remember any specific trolls you had in the 90s?
I think I had the same one that you were talking about.
I wish I had a photo of all the ones I had. I had so many.
I'm thinking that we probably still have some, because my mom still has toys now that she has so many grandchildren. She has the toys for the grandchildren. So I gotta think
there's trolls in there. They're timeless, I feel like.
Yeah. I do remember having one that had, like, shimmery hair. I don't ever remember. We weren't really a collecting family either. I think, like, it reflects financially kind of where we were. Like, maybe we'd have, like, one or two things, but, like, we weren't really, I wasn't really, like.
Yeah.
So I don't think, if I did have them, I don't think they were, like, particularly special, but they were always present.
I was trying, when you brought up the financial thing, I was like, I didn't really look at the price point of what trolls cost. Like, were they something that I was looking it up, and I guess they were they could be like $20, which in the 90s.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So $20 in the 90s would be, I mean, that's like $40 or $50 today.
Yeah.
So probably a bigger one, and then the smaller ones were probably less. But yeah, it's true. Like,
I mean, it's less than an abortion in 1963, like in Dirty Dancing.
Listen to the previous one. Yeah. Did we get an abortion troll? No, we could have used one.
We get a Gloria Steinem. We get a Gloria Steinem troll. But instead, I bet you would appreciate it with those glasses.
Yeah, we get the roided out troll that probably impregnated the troll.
He got her in trouble.
He got her in trouble, as they say.
Now he's off fighting Jake Paul on a special, like, Netflix battle.
And my troll was named Robbie, because that was my character in Dirty Dancing.
Sorry.
I'm so bitter.
You're so bitter. I would be too.
Yeah, I was upset. Although, I don't know. So I was trying the trolls I had. I remember the harem one we talked about. I don't know if harem is the correct terminology to say. It feels wrong.
I know. Sex worker. Well, I think maybe she was there involuntarily.
Yeah, I don't think she was.
Trafficked.
Yeah, it was a sex trafficked troll.
Yes.
My grandma gave it to me. She gave me all my trolls. I feel like the big one I had, I don't remember what it wore, but I do remember my brother had a big one, and it was probably the only troll he had. And he would it had overalls, and I specifically remember he put the overalls on backwards because he wanted them to look like crisscross.
Crisscross.
Yes,
to make it
jump. Yes. I thought that was so funny. I was like, wow, crisscross. What a throwback. Where are those boys now?
I know. I'm afraid to look it up because, like, what if
I think they're in financial firms doing well.
I know. Maybe they're like, we're producers now. I hope.
Yeah.
I remember that that craze was so big that there was backwards day at school and you put your clothes on backwards. Like, Crazy Hat Day, there's like a backwards clothes day too.
We always laugh about this with my sister when she was like in elementary school, and it was backwards day. And she went to school with her clothes. She had overalls. She went with them backwards. But she came home with everything correct. And my mom was like, oh, but you left backwards. She's like, how did your clothes get turned around? And my sister she's like, I can't tell you. And she was so upset. And I was like, that would be such a red flag now. Like,
oh yeah,
because she's like, what do you mean you can't tell me? And my sister's like, I can't tell you. So my mom was just like, okay. It turns out they were taking a picture for a holiday gift, so they made the kids change their clothes to look right for the photo, and then they didn't change them back. So when she came home, she's like, oh, they told us not to tell you because we're making this like holiday gift, because this was like, I don't know, in October, and it was for December. So I was like, this poor little girl is like, I can't tell you.
Keep a secret.
Yeah. I was like, what a weird thing that would never happen today.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. Backwards day. Don't do backwards day, everybody. Don't make the kids change their clothes.
I don't think they do it anymore.
No one take their clothes off at school, period.
So,
bathroom or not.
Yeah.
Let's keep everything on.
Luckily crisscross isn't popular anymore, so I think it's gone the way of the dodo.
I mean, could we get a crisscross reboot? It's the time.
It's the time they're bringing everything back.
I should reach out to them.
Oh, reach out to them.
Do you guys want to come on the show?
Yeah.
Revive this?
Yeah.
All right. So we're leaving the 90s. We're going to the 2000s. So this is when the trolls kind of decline a little bit in the early 2000s. And they start to become a little more of like a niche thing. Russ is still making them, but now it's just like independent, like novelty stores are putting out like trolls. They don't look as nice. It says they have thinner hair. It's like they're aging. Like here's one. She's just like, you
need to go to Turkey and get some transplants.
Yeah, she has like thinner rainbow hair. No jam in the belly button anymore. They're hitting.
I don't know if I could have you show me pictures during this era. I think I might be a little too tender for this.
You're too sad for this. But then we get into like 2010s to now, and DreamWorks comes in with the troll movies. And I feel like that creates a whole new audience, brings in a whole new audience, but it brings a nostalgic audience. Although I didn't find it to be super nostalgic. I think mainly because the look changed so much on the trolls.
That's what I was going to say earlier. There's a yassification of the trolls. They're trying to make them look sexy.
Queer.
Yeah. Well, how else can you get sexy but be queer? Like, there's literally nowhere else to do it. Yes, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't, like, was there a crossover beforehand? Like, there was no show? There was no Trolls show? There was no...
I don't know if there was a Trolls TV show. Good point.
I feel like there had to be.
Let's see. Oh, I do remember them talking about a Trolls TV show, but it didn't come out until, what year was this? 2005, and it was called Trolls with a Z, and they look like Bratz dolls. Like, they don't even look like trolls. I'll try to make it bigger for you.
What the hell is this?
And this was like Dick Entertainment. Remember Dick? The little like, and it says the trolls were based on the troll doll created, but I was like, I don't think so. It only had one season, and they really just were like... they don't look anything like trolls. Like, look, they just look like girls with big hair. They had huge hair.
Yeah, it's giving very early 2000s. Mm-hmm. Like, you're right, brat dolls, and almost like there's like a little bit of a Japanime vibe to it too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm so surprised. Well, I will say my niece loves the troll movies
Yeah.
a lot. She's a big fan of Poppy. But yeah, I was just always super shocked that they never tapped into that before. Because I don't know if you heard, they just greenlit, but they are making a little boo-boo movie.
Okay, that makes sense.
It makes sense. But maybe that's also because my brain is so broken that I would think they would have made Trolls sooner. I
guess because of the 90s was like, you figured like the Disney Renaissance was happening at the same time. And I don't think people were like, because it was happening, there wasn't the like, oh, we should do that. It was like just happening. So by the time that took off, then the Trolls are declining. And it's like, oh, well, we missed the boat on like doing a TV series.
It just feels like it could almost be Smurfs.
Yeah.
Like, but all right, they did it later on. My niece likes it. I've watched much of that IP. There's been very popular music that has come out because Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake. I mean, they get really, like, Ozzy Osbourne was in the last one.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't say a whole lot,
Yeah.
But
It was. I saw the first one. I don't think I've seen the other films, but I did enjoy it. It was funny. I liked the music. I did like Poppy, the character. I thought she was funny.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I like their aesthetic too, even though they're yassified.
Yeah, they're yassified. I mean, they look good. They just didn't quite. I guess they sort of reminded me of Trolls as much as you can. Yeah. But yeah, I guess. DreamWorks they acquired the IP from the Damn family and Damn Thing, so they like completely own it, I guess. I guess they have the rights. They have the merchandise rights worldwide, except for Scandinavia, where Damn Thing still owns it. But so now
those
can't touch us. Can't touch them. But so yeah, now everything. I feel like all Trolls going forward is just DreamWorks Trolls. Right. Like you're not going to see the other Trolls anymore.
I mean, this is a micro example of a larger conversation, which is this IP mining, that's like just happening.
Yes.
That's why I brought up the Woo Boo Boo film. It's like we're finding like the next big thing, I think like I was like, was there a Slinky movie? Was there like why wasn't there a Play-Doh movie? Right? It was like they weren't mining for IP like they are now.
And I felt like after Barbie came out, didn't the company put out a thing of like, oh, we're going to hire these people to make movies of our popular toys and games? So I was like,
well, it was funny because like Barbie came out, everyone was like, what a revolutionary film coming from a female filmmaker. And the studios were like, listen, we got the message, okay? We know what you want to see. More films made about toys.
Yeah, I know.
And it was like, oh, wait, no. Oh, because then I heard Lena Dunham is going to do a Polly Pocket movie.
So I think Mattel is the one who's licensing it.
Yes. And listen, like I don't want to be a killjoy. Like as a child, I'd be like, oh, as a child care professional, it's like no, I might watch these things of my own accord.
Absolutely, nostalgic.
You made me miss Trolls today. It really. What a simple thing. I think our brains are too broken to appreciate Trolls that we did.
They don't do enough for us now. They're not little computers. Like you couldn't, it's like I look at, Trolls, you had so much imaginative play. And now it's like kids would be like, what does it do? Does it talk? Does it,
I remember being younger and setting up my Barbies like, like I would take an hour to like set up the house and make it look like this is the perfect scene now for like what we're doing in this story, and I don't know if I did that with Trolls necessarily. Like
I'm trying to think of how I played with them or if I just sort of like had them out.
I was gonna say they were just like a thing to show, right?
Because their limbs didn't move. They weren't like Barbies, like their arms, like they were just stationary.
They were who they were.
They were who they were.
Stood short and proud. I am really interested though, because like I feel like if we go along in this and when we release this, are we going to be shown, I cannot think that there isn't a vibrant troll loving community.
Oh, there is. I think there's still a museum that's dedicated to, and it's like I think it has the most troll, like it's got on the record book for trolls. I think it's called the Troll's Hole. Which I was like, did we need to call?
Well, they had a lack of one, so now,
She's like,
God.
I think it's called the Troll's Hole. Hold on while I verify. Yeah, the Troll's Hole Museum. The Troll Hole Museum. Not even, there's no possessive. It's a big hole for a troll. It is located in Ohio.
Ohio, okay.
Alliance, Ohio. They claim the world's largest troll collection. They explore trolls from across.
I'm sure they do explore them.
Yeah, they'll explore your hole and your troll's hole. There's a back room. There's a dark room. Look at this fabulous lady. I don't know if she's affiliated or she's just a guest, but she looks like...
she stumbled back up the rabbit hole. And
she looks like a woman you... Either she's a lovely, magical creating woman or you don't want to take candy from her. She's got a big white poofy wig on and colorful clothes.
I'll take you conversationally hostage for sure.
Yeah, or she's like the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but he's scary. But that's trolls. I mean, that's sort of the history. Would you identify with any era of trolls? I could give you some characteristics.
Obviously, the roided up ones, 1000%.
The peak 90s trolls.
I can't stop talking about creatine. So,
I can give you some let's see. Are you calm, sentimental, ritual driven? Are you adaptable, slightly feral? Are you observant, low key? Are you expressive, nostalgic? Are you curated, dramatic? Any of those words call out to you?
I feel like I'm both adaptive and feral, but also nostalgic.
Okay, so
let's go with the feral one because I think that's funnier.
So you're a knockoff chaos troll.
That actually feels pretty right on.
I don't know.
You?
I think I would say I don't know what I think I'm peak 90s neon troll. Expressive, nostalgic, emotionally attached to objects.
Honestly.
That's because I was going to say you're a knockoff chaos peak 90s.
Peak 9, yep. Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're a mix. I mean, I don't think I'd call you feral, but I don't know you at home behind closed doors, so.
I attempt to
You don't have to answer the question.
But it's hard to keep it together.
Acceptable answer. Yeah, the original. How
sweet you are, though. Like, I don't know. It's like, Ryan.
I know. Ryan, well, the original good luck troll is calm, sentimental, ritual driven, and that could apply. You could be an original. I do have some. Troll.
I am OCD like
I feel like there's a little bit of all of us in all the eras.
We contain multitudes.
We represent the spectrum of trolls. There's a troll spectrum. We are in the middle.
Yes.
We are in the middle.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, if you want to tell us what kind of troll you had or your experience with trolls or your troll's hole, let us know. What kind of holes did you put your troll in? Coming up next, if we had a Patreon,
yes,
a secret episode, we're going to talk about the holes we found our trolls in.
Yes.
And we're going to have an ER doctor on who will share stories about where trolls have been found.
It's actually better with the synthetic hair later on.
Yeah, you'll find that for days in your bowels. It's like glitter. The glitter trolls you'll die with glitter inside you. Oh, that was good.
This is the best.
I want to just thank everybody for listening. Thanks for being on this journey with the Grown Ass Kids Club. We're so happy to do this. And don't forget, you can leave a review and rating. I was actually somebody commented on a post Andrea did. Andrea makes the great videos on our Instagram, which you can follow at Grown Ass Kids Club. And somebody, it was the school one where we got real dirty. Okay. Kieran commented, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name, but we think Kieran said, "This episode made me laugh so hard. I love where your mind goes. Bottom breaker." It's fine because we were drawing about bottom breaker. So thanks for listening. I'm glad you enjoyed the bottom breaker jokes.
Thank you, Kieran.
But yeah, we love comments. Leave us reviews on your platform. I know some of them don't allow reviews, but you can leave ratings or write to us at grownasskidsclubpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all in the treehouse again.